Hi, I'm Lara Jane Churton Hughes. I own Lara Jane Photography, which is home to Australian Boudoir and Storybook Studio. Boudoir photography has been around for a long time. It started back in the war days with pin-up photography. But boudoir is something that in this day and age is about empowering women. It's about building women's confidence, and it's about showing women how truly beautiful they are. So it's about bringing that inner beauty to the outside, and just making you feel really special. The way that we do that is by taking just amazing photos and treating you to a really special day and pampering you while you're here during your photo session. So I used to shoot, I've been a photographer for years, and I was shooting a lot of models and newborn, maternity and children and cake smashers and things like that. And then one of the models that I'd shot asked me if I could do some photos of her for a little black book for her boyfriend for his birthday. So I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. So she came up and we did some photos and we had so much fun. And I think the reason why I did it was because I could see the uplift in her as we did the photo session, and when she saw the photos, she was blown away by how it made her feel. So I was like, there's really something in this. So I looked into a little bit more, and I've done a lot of training on boudoir photography, and that's the reason why, because it really builds women up and gives them a special treat, but just builds that confidence that just keeps on going for forever. I just love shooting boudoir because I see the difference that it makes in women. And the women that come to me, they're just everyday mums, everyday women. I've had women that come through the door that are fitter and turners. I've had nurses, I've had doctors, I've had lawyers. I've had women that work in retail, and women that work as a mum. And just the difference it makes, I see it in every single woman. Sometimes I suppose you could say they get a moment, whether it's during the shoot or whether it's as they're leaving the studio after the shoot, where it just kind of clicks that they are beautiful, they are incredible. They've seen themselves, even just through the back of my camera at that point, of how other people actually see them. So a lot of women will say to me that their husbands or their partners tell them that they're beautiful, but they just don't believe it, or they don't see it. And once they've seen my photographs of them, they can truly believe it because they can see how other people see them through their eyes. And I've had clients that have said to me that halfway through a shoot that they had a moment where she turned and she saw herself in the mirror, and it just blew her away because she then saw that she was beautiful, and it just gave her an amazing lift. And speaking to her weeks later, she's still buzzing from that feeling and that incredible boost of confidence. Exactly, yeah. A lot of people are worried when they decide to book a shoot, or a lot of women say to me that they've wanted to do a shoot for ages, but they just didn't have the confidence to do it. And then they've seen my ad and they've just thrown all caution to the wind and said, why not? Let's just do it. And those women, when they've done it and then they come through the door, and after the shoot, I'll ask them some questions and I say to them, would they recommend other women to do this? And they all say, absolutely, just do it. It's just that initial first step. And a lot of women, like I have a profile on TikTok under Australian Boudoir, and a lot of women write to me there and tell me that the reason, like they'd love to do a shoot, but they have no confidence. Confidence is just something, I think that if you don't have confidence, just borrow it from someone else, just for 5 minutes. Just book the shoot and we take care of everything else. You come out here, we do your hair and your makeup, we make you look absolutely gorgeous. You feel incredible the minute you look in the mirror. And it's really easy. I pose you from every single pose. Like, I'll tell you where to put your fingertips, I even tell you how to breathe. So you don't have to do a thing. You don't have to know anything about modelling. I can teach all of that. A lot of women lack confidence because they feel like they need to lose weight. I promise you, I can do more with lighting and great angles than what you can do at 6 months at the gym. So just do it. And that's what everybody that comes out here says, like, just that's the best thing that they've done, and they highly recommend it. It's just that first step. I think probably the most common one is that, or it's not really a question, it's probably an objection of women feeling like they don't have the confidence to come and do the shoot. And the reason why they feel like they don't have the confidence, they tell me, is because they feel like they need to lose a little bit of weight, or they just don't feel like they are going to look like the women in the photos that they see on my website. But what I do is I reassure them that all the women on my website are just everyday women. They're just like them. They're just like me. They're mums. They just go to work. They have partners. They have kids. Some are just, younger women that are just, finding their way in their own career. That it's just something that it helps build your confidence. So the minute you walk through the door in the studio, we get your hair done, so you get a professional hairstylist. We have a professional makeup artist here at the studio that just makes you look absolutely gorgeous. So that is something that just builds your confidence right from the minute they turn around, they look in the mirror, and they're like, wow. And then we start taking photos. I show my clients exactly how to pose, and I show them photos on the back of my camera so they can see themselves and see how they look and what the photos are looking like through the shoot. And you can just see that confidence starting to build, and it just helps them overcome that feeling and that objective. So Australian Boudoir is based in the picturesque Perth Hills in Stoneville. The studio is part of my home, and we're actually based on 5 acres of beautiful bush. So I can shoot inside the studio with studio lighting. I've got a room where we use beds, couches, all of the things that a lot of other boudoir studios do. However, the unique point here is that we can go outdoors, and we can shoot within the trees. I've got flower swings, I've got an old rustic clawfoot bathtub. We've got lots of rocks and stones and trees with logs down. And we've got a swimming pool area, we can shoot in the pool. So lots of different unique places to shoot, which are very different from anybody else, I think, around Perth that does any boudoir photography. So my oldest client was a lady who was 71, nearly 72, and she wanted to do that just for herself, and so that she also had something like an heirloom album to pass on to her granddaughters in the future. The reason why women come and do a boudoir shoot is varied. It is actually really just, it's so personal. So some women come because they want to celebrate something. And a lot of that is women, have had a really major weight loss. I've had women walk through the door that have lost up to 70 kilos. So they've really wanted to celebrate their new body, their new them. And a lot of them, when they do lose that kind of weight, they don't see themselves as skinny where they are. They still think of themselves as how they used to be. So that gives them a real boost to see how they look then. A lot of women call me up and say, hey, it's our anniversary. I want to get a present for my husband. They book in for an anniversary present. Some women want to celebrate turning 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Really, boudoir is a celebration of you. A lot of women book in to get little black books for their partners who are FIFO workers, so that they can have something special to look at while they're away. There are just varied and many reasons, but really it's really whatever your imagination is and whatever it's going to do for you and make you feel good. That's what it's about. Yeah, like that's a really interesting question. I mean, you see a lot of women on social media doing selfies a lot. I actually do have some little tutorials that I run on my TikTok profile that shows women how they can do their own boudoir photos for their partners at home, just for a bit of fun and have a little play around with their cameras. But I think a lot of women just love to have somebody else do that for them. So we do hair and makeup. We make you look absolutely incredible, and I can get amazing angles and just make you look really good with that particular shoot. So I think women, everyone has a camera these days, so it's great that people can photograph themselves and have the confidence to put themselves out there. But also, if you want something a little bit different, something special, and particularly something that is going to last a lifetime and give you that feeling, then a boudoir shoot's just the way to go. It's great.
If you enjoyed this content, then follow Kids in Perth on Facebook and Instagram. Keep up to date with the latest family events, kids activities happening around Perth, or if you simply just need a date night with your partner, you can find all these great ideas by visiting kidsinperth.com.au. While you're on our website, why not sign up to our newsletter? Lastly, you can pick up the Parents Paper. It's free every month. You can find it at all the places where we go to as parents and families, such as supermarkets, shopping centers, childcares, libraries, rec centers. It's everywhere. Thank you, and we hope to see you again.